Well, hello there once again, and welcome to the Global Girl CANTV show. This would be a live call-in show, but unfortunately, it's not going to be a live call-in show tonight. But please, please, please feel free to email us with any questions or concerns that you might have about the show. You know, you can always ask those questions online, and we'll be more than happy to get back with you. Now, our email, in case you do want to ask us something about the show, because this is going to be a super duper interesting show. You can always email info@globalgirlsinc, that's inc.org. Thank you so much for tuning in to see the Global Girl Show. And we are on CANTV, which is a wonderful service offered by Chicago CANTV. Yes. Chicago, and I think it's Chicago Area Network TV. It is
I couldn't help you at all. I had no idea what it stood for.
I think it's Chicago Area Network TV. But if I'm wrong, I'm sure someone will correct me. But it's a wonderful service offering nonprofits an opportunity to come in and talk about things that interest them. You can also come to CANTV and take classes. You can advertise on CANTV. It is just an amazing service that is offered to our community. So, without further ado, I want to jump right into our show. For those of you, this might be your first time tuning in to Global Girls CANTV show. Let me just tell you a little bit of who we are. I am rocking the sweatshirt today, representing because we just celebrated our 22nd anniversary on Saturday. It was amazing, and I have my amazing board chair here with me tonight, and we're going to have an excellent conversation. This is the fabulous Saran Dunmore-Horwell. I said I was not going to do that, so she's going to introduce herself again, and she's going to get it right. Saran Dunmore-Horwell.
Yes,
Horwell.
that's it. Yeah.
Horwell.
You got it.
Okay, I got it.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes, like I tell my students, because you know I used to be a teacher, 3 times, lock it in.
Oh, yeah.
3 times,
Yeah.
locks it in.
It works.
It works. So, Global Girls is a youth performing arts organization based on the south side of Chicago, and we have been around, like I said, for 22 years. We teach young people to dance, to act, a little bit of singing, and we teach them how to put their stories on stage and share them with other young people so that they can work their issues out on the stage instead of working them out on the street. We also take young people traveling internationally. We've been to Ghana twice, Kenya 3 or 4 times. We've been to India, Grenada, and we're going to Tanzania. We were going to go in March, but you know, COVID, Omicron, all those variants have popped up. So we said, we'll push it back a little bit, go in September, and then people should be a little bit more comfortable with us traveling international. I'm ready to go. But, you know, that's just me. Yeah. So I'm going to be taking girls. So, of course, I have to be cognizant of their needs and parents' concerns. So we're going to go in September. We are going to Tanzania. So, once again, if you are interested in going to Tanzania, email us at info@globalgirlsinc.org. Very good. So that's a little bit about who we are. I want to make a couple of announcements. If you have a daughter, a niece, a cousin, a neighbor, and this sounds like something that you'd like to get your daughter involved in, or you'd like to get that special girl in your life involved in, by all means, send her to our after-school program. We have programming for girls ages 6 through 14, Monday through Friday, and some Saturdays on the south side of Chicago at 8151 South Chicago Avenue. And it's free. Totally free. Your daughter will learn how to, or the girl in your life will learn how to act, how to dance, a little bit of singing, and she'll get on stage and tell her story. And it is totally amazing. Visit our website just to see how amazing we are, and that's www.globalgirlsinc.org. Again, www.globalgirlsinc.org. Wonderful. So that's a little bit about us. Now, tonight's show is all about loving yourself, because that's the first and most important thing you have to do before you can love anybody else. Think of it as a cup. You want to fill that cup up with love. You are the cup, and you want to put so much love into that cup that your cup overfloweth with love that you can give to other people. You know, we started off this love series talking about the definition of love, and I think that love is a verb. I think love is an action. It's more than a feeling, oh, I love you so much, oh. That's just heartburn sometimes. That can be heartburn, okay? But love is a verb. Love is an action. Love is caring more about somebody than you do sometimes for yourself. It's caring enough to make that person a priority. It's caring enough to make sure that everything in that person's life is on the right track. It's caring enough to invest in that person. Time, energy, listening, all those things are love. Love is an action, and love should not hurt. So, we're going to talk tonight. Oh, the second show was about a legacy of love. What are we passing on to our children? How are we teaching our children to love? We work in the schools, and we work with a lot of young people who just don't seem to love themselves enough. And so they strike out at other young people, and they do things that really hurt themselves. So we're wondering, where's the class on love? Who's teaching these young people how to actually love with the understanding that love is a verb? It is an action. Mm-hmm. It is an action. It is in everything that you do. So we said, take a step back. Take a step back and let's think about self-love. How do we manifest? How do we show self-love? How do we get to self-love? So we're going to have a conversation. Saran and I are going to have a conversation. And I think Saran is the perfect person to have this conversation with. Because this is a lady of many talents, of so much experience, bubbly, energetic, positive, all of that and more. So I'm going to turn the mic over because I can talk. I'm going to turn the mic over and I'm going to let Saran tell you all about who she is. Take it away.
Oh, thanks, Barbonetta. So we were talking about CANTV. I got my start here at CANTV. I produced a fitness show for teenagers. Yeah, and it was called SWEAT. It was an acronym, SWEAT. Students Willing to Exercise and Train. Oh! I shot it in my mother's backyard. I edited it, and then I gave it to CANTV, and they put it on air.
That is so awesome.
Yep. And then when I had that video, I was able to then shop it around to different networks, and that's how I got on Channel 5. So, but to give you, I know, right? Isn't that fun?
Yeah. That is awesome.
So, to tell you a little bit about me and my background, I just mentioned that I got my start at CANTV, but I am a former fitness expert and wellness expert on Channel 5 for almost 10 years. I did that for a long time. I was a contributor there where I would give weekly segments on how to love yourself, how to stay fit, how to be healthy, how to eat well, getting enough sleep, what it means to have enough, of all of the right things to give you the energy that you need. So I did that for almost 10 years. I was a fitness coach on MTV. That was shown internationally, which was awesome. Super exciting. So, a lot of what I do, especially with regard to love and loving yourself, it starts from within. And my within is the body and heart health, gut health, loving yourself. I mean, all of it. If you don't feel good on the inside, it's hard to really show any type of love on the outside. Because imagine when you're sick, there's no way that you can exude just any kind of positivity. So, imagine walking around not feeling well on the inside from a past hurt or an illness, or you're just not, getting the proper nutrients in your body. Yeah. Whatever it is, it's hard to to show love.
It's hard to show love.
So
it's
my
hard
love,
to put that in.
Yeah, it starts within.
Here. It starts within. And so many of us don't think about it that way. We think that we can eat anything.
Right.
We can be on our cell phones late into the night and not get proper rest because it's that REM sleep. It's that deep sleep where the mind gets a chance to heal, the body gets a chance to heal so that you can go into the next day. So we're going to start, you know what, we should start at the top, but I think I want to start at the bottom.
With the feet?
I think I want to start with the feet.
Really? With the feet? Tell me about this. Go ahead, tell me.
I want to start with the feet. Because ladies and guys, I don't know about guys so much, but ladies, what we put on our feet and walk around in.
Oh, the shoes?
The shoes. The shoes can impact how we walk, how our body feels, and the older you get, no, I'm not even going to say the older you get, the more you are living in those shoes that are not necessarily the best shoes for you, the more it will impact the rest of your body. It's going to impact your posture.
True.
And posture is so important. If you're going to get some sneakers, please get some good sneakers. If you're going to get some shoes, please get some good shoes with some support, because what you do early in life transfers to later in life and definitely impacts. You want to say anything about that? The ankles, shoes, ankles.
No, I agree. I agree with all of it. But it's hard because when you are 18, 19, that stuff goes in one ear right out the other.
One ear out the other.
It does.
In and out.
But it is important. It is important.
It is important.
Yeah.
And let's think about as you grow. As you grow, when you're younger, you got to have the cute stuff. You got to have the cute stuff. Unfortunately, I had a mother who was like, no, you're going to have the right stuff. You're going to have the right stuff. I would sneak every now and then when I got to college, be like, oh, that's cute. I'm going to get that. But then I realized later on, oh, my mother knew best. Mama knows best. So just keep that in mind, that as you grow up, and you start having a little pain here, a little pain there, switch your shoes, because it could just be your shoes that are giving you a hard time. Now, let's go on up, because the feet impact the ankles. The shoes impact the ankles. And then that impacts the legs.
Please stop. Oh, you know where my brain is? No. My brain is going someplace else.
Oh, go ahead.
My hip bone's connected to my thigh bone. My thigh bone's connected to my... Anyway, sorry, we digress. We're talking about love and loving thyself.
Loving thyself. Because if you love yourself, you're going to, instead of buying 10 pairs of shoes, buy one good pair of shoes.
Yeah, that's true.
Buy one good pair of shoes. And make that your everyday walking shoes. Now, you can get some other shoes and maybe wear those on a Saturday night. You can't wear them too long. You got to come out of them. If you're dancing especially, you got to come out of them. But make your regular shoes some good shoes. So we're going to move on up the legs, because if you're going to do some walking, I kind of think you need to stretch those legs.
Yes.
Go to the gym, stretch first. Go ahead.
Go to the gym, stretch first.
Please go to the gym.
Yes. Or your living room is your gym. You don't have to go anywhere.
Indeed.
The world is your gym. People always talk about parking lots and park in the back so you can walk to the door. Those things, they matter. They matter.
Yes.
And if we're talking about loving yourself, it has to be a priority to take care of yourself.
Love yourself, take care of yourself. If you take care of yourself, you find it easier to love yourself. I love it.
Yeah. Do you think, I know we were going to talk about loving yourself, and I know one thing that you mentioned before, what do you think about loving yourself first?
I thought about that. If I said self-love, that people might think, well, that's selfish. You shouldn't really think that highly of yourself. We don't want people to walk around with fake self-love. Like, I am the stuff. Look at me. I am all that. Because that person has hubris. Hubris is inflated self-love. We want you to have a self-love that's based on something. That's based on not just how you look, but how you treat your inner body, how you treat your body for the long term, your values, the things that you stand for, the things that you want to teach other people, your commitment to things. That's loving yourself. And you cannot do those things if you are not healthy. If your body is not your temple and you're taking care of this temple. So no, I don't think it's selfish to love yourself.
I agree.
Yeah, you gotta have a good self. You gotta have self-respect.
Yeah.
Self-esteem.
I think it's a priority.
Yes.
I think if you love yourself the most, I love myself the most. Before my child, some people may look at that as, oh, really? But absolutely, because how can I give her everything and all the love to give her if I don't have it for myself? So I don't think it's selfish at all. I think more people should love themselves first. And
Genuine love.
genuine love.
Genuinely love
and
themselves.
I teach my 6-year-old that to love yourself first.
Yes.
And then from there you can have love for other people, but
Indeed.
love yourself first.
Love yourself.
And to me, and I think that means we already talked about pouring into yourself, being healthy, getting enough sleep. But it also means giving yourself grace, being patient with yourself. All of those things that you would give to someone that you loved. Like, let's say for our grandmothers, our grandfathers.
Yes.
We love them. We are very patient with them. Mine are since passed on, but definitely you're very patient with a grandmother. You're very caring. Give those same things to yourself.
Same things
Turn
to
that
yourself.
back onto yourself, because
Yes.
if you can give it to someone, you can also give it to yourself. And I also think that love is being your biggest cheerleader.
Ooh.
Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
It's that person that's saying, go Saran, go Marvinetta.
Yes.
That's love.
That's love. That's love. And one other thing I want to bring in to love is boundaries. Boundaries for yourself. I know I cannot drink pop. Now, every now and then I might have a pop because it's like, I need something sweet right now. I am not going to deny myself constantly, but I know pop is not good for me. So I have boundaries when it comes for pop. I know when it's time for me to, like you said, I don't go to the gym because I have exercise equipment in my house, but not even just going downstairs to the gym. I can stand at my kitchen counter while I'm doing dishes and I can do some leg lifts.
I've done it.
I do leg lifts, or I do squats right there while I'm watching a TV show.
Yeah.
I'll get up, I'll do some squats.
Yeah.
And you'll be surprised what doing 10 squats a night can do for your body. If you love your body, you will have boundaries for your body. No, you cannot sit constantly, body.
No, you cannot.
No, you cannot eat everything taste. No, you cannot let all kind of sounds come into your ears when you have boundaries, because you understand that not everything that you hear that sounds good is good for your mind. It's good for your heart. It's good for your soul. And if you love yourself, you're going to protect yourself. And when you have boundaries that you can impose on yourself, you have boundaries that you can impose on other people. I might love my grandmother, but if my grandmother wants me to constantly come over, my grandmother is gone, but if I had a grandmother and she constantly wanted me to do things that I didn't feel were good for me, then grandmother, we got to have a conversation. I love you. I'm going to come from a place of love, but we got to have a conversation. You know, so same thing goes with friends and same thing goes with partners. We've got to have boundaries, and we have to be able and willing to state those boundaries and then stick to them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So at Global Girls, I know the summer camp, you guys teach that a lot.
Oh, yes.
How do you?
Definitely.
Yeah. What do you teach them? What do you say to them?
Oh my gosh, we have songs, we have sayings, we have
What's one of the sayings?
rituals.
Like,
Oh, I promise myself to be so strong that nothing can disturb my peace of mind. To talk health, happiness, and prosperity to every person I meet. To make all my friends that feel that there is something in them. To look on the sunny side of everything and make my optimism come true. To give so much time, and this is my favorite line, I'm probably missing some others, but to give so much time to the improvement of myself that I have no time to criticize others.
Oh, say that again.
To give so much time to the improvement of myself that I have no time to criticize others. And you know what? When you are trying to work on yourself, when you're constantly trying to improve yourself, you don't have time for anybody trying to bring you down. No. I can't let you bring me down because I got to be on my grind, trying to be the best I can be. You know, when you get on the plane and they start giving the instructions, one of the main instructions that you will hear is put your mask on first before you help anybody else. Always remember, put your mask on first. Love yourself first before you can love somebody else. Because if you do that, if you really operate from self-love, genuine self-love, you just won't take nonsense from anybody. Now, I'm not saying you got to go in there,
Right, you have to.
No.
You have to have humility.
Humility.
And you have to be humble in your.
Yeah. Yes, and you have to, but you got to have those boundaries that you have really thought about, that really come from a place of principles, strong principles of integrity, curiosity. These are the principles that we have for Global Girls. Integrity, grit, curiosity, and kindness. Like you said, be kind to yourself.
Be kind to yourself.
Be patient with yourself.
100%.
Yes.
That's self-love.
Yes.
Yeah.
We had a love parade. We had
the
a love parade this summer, and we have it every summer in Global Girls, where the young people make posters about love. They sing songs about love. We walk down the street talking about love, and it's all about having that introduction to love, and it's all about us modeling love for them. And sometimes that love can be tough love. Sometimes that love can be, come on now. Come on now, you can do this.
And my expectation for you is greater than either the expectation that you have for yourself.
Yes.
But I think that is huge.
Huge.
When it comes to young people and love,
Yes.
our expectations of them have to be up here.
Up here. Up
Because
here.
then they want to go there to meet you
Yes.
wherever the expectation is.
You know,
and then they see for
yes.
themselves that they can
I can.
too.
I can. There's the famous mythology about Icarus. There's a story about Icarus, and it says that he and his father were going out, I think it was, and that his father told him, don't fly too high because the sun will melt your wings and you will die. But I've been listening to one of my favorite authors, Seth Godin. Oh my God, he is so good, Seth Godin. And he said, but that was not the end of the story. His father said, don't fly too low. Don't fly too low because you will not achieve your dreams. You will not achieve great things. You will limit yourself. So you don't want to get too high with the hubris, but you also don't want to aim too low. We asked the young people in the school today, so what do you want to be when you grow up? And one girl said, well, I want to be a nail technician. And another girl said, well, I want to be a hairstylist. And I'm like, that's good. That's very good. But let's think about having a chain. Let's think about having a chain of hair salons. Let's think about having our own nail polish brand.
So you think about teaching them to think bigger.
Think big. Everything in this world that you see was once somebody's dream. This studio, these lights, the sign behind me, this shirt was once somebody's dream. Why can't we have those big dreams and then work very hard to make them come true? Let's walk on the track of love, not the track of fear, but the track of love. I want to talk about the gut. I want to talk about the gut-brain connection very quickly.
Okay.
If you don't mind. If you love yourself, you're going to put the right things in your gut. Because we know that the gut is the second brain. And when you listen to your stomach, the other day, girl, I had the audacity to eat some fried fish and fried chicken wings. I don't even eat that.
And what happened with your gut?
My gut talked to me all night long. I could not sleep. My gut was saying, you fool, what have you done? I was like, that's it. But you can do that every now and then.
Every now and then, yep.
In proportion, but I just took it out. I was out of control.
Yeah.
Just totally out of control. So watch what you put. If you love yourself, you'll watch what you put in your.
Yeah. And well, even if you don't know, you can pay attention to how foods make you feel.
Ooh.
So, for example, we all know we've had something that was just too heavy and we feel sluggish.
Yeah.
So that's probably not a good idea to have all the time. But then you think about other foods you've eaten and you feel energized and your body feels more alive and awake.
Yeah.
So you have to recognize, if you don't know specifically what to eat, the foods that are bad, we all kind of know fried foods aren't the best for you. So some things that we do know.
Yeah.
But pay attention to how you feel.
That
That will give you an indication of
Yes.
what's good and what's not so good.
Pay attention.
Yeah.
Pay attention to where you put your attention.
That's true. Yeah.
Where you place your attention. You can have just about anything in moderation.
Yeah.
But let's not go overboard. When you love yourself and you have those boundaries, you say 2 cookies is enough.
You have to pay attention. And
Pay attention.
And you have to be honest with yourself. Yeah. And you have to be patient, be honest with yourself, pay attention to your body, pay attention to how you feel, be aware.
Yes.
We can't just, sometimes people, they don't even want to get on the scale or they don't want to do certain things because they're like, oh no, then I'll know.
Reality.
Reality. You have to know.
Yes.
If you're going to love yourself, you have to be honest. You have to be truthful with yourself.
Yes.
Yeah.
So true. So true. I know we're getting down to the end of our show and we're going to have a bit more conversation, but there are a couple of things I want to get out before we continue. We always have a word of the week, and our word is nurture. Nurture yourself. Nurture your mind by reading, by being open to new experiences. Nurture all of your senses. Drink lots of water so you can clean your palate and you can really taste the things that you're eating. Nurture your ears with listening to positive messages. Nurture your eyes by looking at nature, by being out in nature and really taking in nature. Your touch. Feel yourself. Feel your body. Oh, it feels so good. Give yourself a massage. After you get out of that shower, just, oh, yes, this body is all right. Nurture. Get some smell good stuff. Lavender. Spray lavender on your bed sheets. Oh, wonderful. Nurture yourself. You're never too young, never too old to nurture yourself. The thought of the week is, if you only love things that cannot love you back, you become as dispensable as those things.
Come on, that's a word.
If you only love things that cannot love you back, you become as dispensable as those things. Oh, I need y'all to think about that. I'm gonna post that on. I don't do social media, but if I did, I would post that on social media. Yes, I would. So I need you to reteach the child in you. I'm going to summarize a couple of things that we said. Let go of your expectations. Just live in the moment sometimes, and don't be so attached to an expectation. But if you operate from love, those things will probably turn out okay. And if they don't, you learn something, okay? Number 2, accept yourself just as you are. But no, if you don't like it, you don't have to stay there. Operate from love and say, I'm going to change. We have to end right now. This has been a pleasure talking with Miss Saran Dunmore-Horwell.
Okay.
I am so happy to be your host tonight. You've been looking at Global Girl TV. Thank you so much, and we'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye-bye.